Hi, my name is Lucy Diamante and I play Brianna in Love Kills.
Hi, my name is Gaia Brooks, and I play Leah in Love Kills. Love Kills is about Leah and Milo. They're in a relationship. Milo goes away for a little bit, and Leah takes interest in Brianna, the roommate.
Your roommate?
Milo and Leah's roommate, Brianna. Leah and Brianna start to hang out more, and
They kind of like start falling in love.
feelings develop,
Yeah, feeling developed.
and then it gets crazy.
Yeah, Leah is kind of in the middle between Milo and Brianna. She doesn't know what to do, but Brianna feels that it's kind of unfair because she was having the time of her life when Milo was gone. And after he came back and I don't know.
It's like a crazy love triangle.
Yeah, in the same house.
Yeah. And they have to like start to sneak around and without getting caught.
Yeah. But at the same time, Brianna, she has a sugar daddy who loved her in his own way, and she kind of loved him back until she met Leah. So I think maybe she never felt love before, so she didn't know what it was till she met Leah. So that's when she decided to leave Kashmir and go all for it. But after Leah kind of have cold feet, that's how you say it?
Yeah.
Cold feet?
Yeah, I get cold feet.
Cold feet. Yeah, that's when everything
Shifts. Everything shifts when Milo returns.
Everything shifts when Milo returns.
Everything shifts when Milo returns. Everything shifts when Milo returns.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to talk about my character.
Yes.
Leah, she's very in love with her boyfriend Milo. They've been in a long-term relationship. They live together. Very serious relationship, talking about the future, I would assume. I don't think it's like actually in the script, but
Yeah,
I assume that they've talked about the future. Everything is like smooth, and then once Brianna gets there, Leah's confused, and she's confused and curious, and she like starts to develop feelings, and that's.
But I think she's like real with Brianna. She feel like love her for her.
Yeah.
Real. It's not that she was playing with her because she was bored.
No, she was curious, and then I think once she realized that Brianna felt the same way, it was like they were.
And also it's new for both of them.
Yes. This is the first time either one of them have been in any sort of relationship with a girl. So I think that too is like new emotions. It's exciting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we don't want
to. A little bit rebellious.
Yes, we don't want to spoil the end of the movie, but there's a lot of things that happen. Well, from the beginning, I always knew that it was like a professional project, like it wasn't like a student film or something like that. I didn't know the intensity in a good way. Like staying on set, shooting for 13 hours, 12 hours. I was like, okay, I'm gonna make a movie, but like it was really intense. With the emotions you had to go through, you had to start separate the character from your personality, because in a moment they start being the same thing. So you had to learn how to separate the character from your personality, and it's like, I'm not Brianna, I'm Lucy. That's true. I don't remember the question. Yeah, she has. Thank you.
My experience with the whole thing was very different. Just like the initial experience of it. When I first saw it on Casting Networks, that's how I found it, Casting Networks. I was like a little iffy about it because I didn't know if it was a professional project. There's lots of things that are posted on there that are not what they seem to be.
How to be there.
Yeah, you have to be careful. So the fact that the breakdown had said that there was going to be like nudity in there, it was definitely a little bit nerve-wracking. But then once I spoke with Duke on the phone, and once I like saw his Instagram and saw all of his like other previous productions work, yeah, saw all of his other projects, that's the word I was thinking, then I was like all in. I really wanted to do it, and yeah, and then like once it happened and we were on set, it was definitely, I knew it was gonna be hard work.
Yeah.
But it's I mean, I've never worked on anything this big before.
I mean,
I haven't.
No.
You like made a little face at me. I've never worked on anything this big. This is my first movie, so I knew kind of like what to expect, but not the extent of it, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. I forgot what I was gonna say, but
Sorry.
no, it's not your fault. Like looking now a little bit of the movie is like, whoa, it looks really good. Like in the moment when you are shooting it and you're filming it, you don't realize what the magnitude of what you're really doing. It looks so good. I'm shocked.
Duke is the best.
We love Duke.
It is really great.
No, and
We are very excited.
and also all the hard work of after shooting, all the color corrector, the sound, and the edition, all the details that you don't realize while you're shooting. Like one scene to another, they had too much, and
Yeah,
it's a
it's
lot
crazy.
of work.
Also because we didn't film it like in order.
Yeah.
Filming it like all out of order and then seeing it all come together
Yes.
is really cool.
Yeah, the emotions are different. Like,
Yeah. You
well-
do like one scene. Well, like for my character, I have a transformation in the movie. I start off as like this more, I wouldn't say like innocent, but she's just more like clean cut. Oops. And then once Brianna comes into her life, she switches over to the dark side. And to like have to shoot a scene where she's bad Leah and then go and like then shoot a scene where she's good Leah and go back and forth and have like the differences in that
that
character.
was really good. You did really good with that.
Thank you. So did you.
I think my favorite moment was filming the club scene with all the extras, and the place was super cool in Santa Monica. We were filming for, I don't know, like how many hours, but it was so much fun. Like all the extras there, they were so cool. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, that was my favorite scene for sure.
My favorite scene was probably the ending scene. It was an emotional scene, and I was nervous to shoot that scene because I wanted to do really well with it. And I practiced a lot and like mentally prepared for it, and then it ended up coming out really good. So
Yeah.
that was
In the
something that
end,
I'm proud of and one of my favorite.
we were having that conversation that we were dancing, and I was telling you
Yes.
about my past. Duke was telling me, like, say it like you're over that and you're just telling like a story. Don't, like, because I was trying to do it emotional. I was getting kind of emotional, but he was like, no, say it like it's something normal.
Yeah.
And we shoot it that way, and it really worked.
Yeah.
So that was difficult because I was in my mind, when I read it, it sounded different. But when he told me that and we tried, it really worked.
And that's something really cool that I feel like we've both learned.
Yes,
It's like
exactly.
Sometimes what you originally think is going to be good is not
Yes.
going to be good.
And after I started
Luckily,
seeing,
Duke has helped us with that.
thank you, Duke. Yeah.
Also, like with those scenes, it's not that we just have to do them one time. Like we obviously
Yeah,
do a lot of
we
takes.
try
So,
different
like,
ways and definitely different ways.
especially and especially with the ones that are like more physical, like the scene I was talking about, or the one where
Yeah.
you were super cold. You have to just do it over and over and over again until
Yeah.
you get it right, and so it sometimes can be draining, but in a good way.
Yeah,
It's worth it.
that's what we love.
Yes.
The sex scene, I didn't feel uncomfortable at all filming it. Like, felt supernatural. Gaia was smelling super good. She
Always.
always smells good.
Excuse me. Smell like vanilla.
No,
I was super comfortable too.
Yeah, I felt super comfortable. We wanted to keep the socks on.
Socks are on. No, I think like I was definitely I wasn't nervous about the nudity at all. Like, I don't really mind that kind of thing. I'm very comfortable with how it with my body, I feel, and I assume that you feel the same way.
Yeah. And
I
also
was-
something that everybody does.
Yeah. It's like it is what it is. Everyone has
Sex.
yeah. Yes. Well, that's what I was going to say is like the sex part of it was like it was my first time doing that. Was that your
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
100%.
So it was a learning experience for
Yeah.
sure, but it wasn't scary, and I think that I think that also has a lot to do with the fact that I felt comfortable with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Like we vibed right away.
Yeah, because we were thinking like, should we choreograph it? We were thinking like, should we practice it? We do this and after that, but after it was like, okay, let's go with the flow
Yeah.
and see how it
Just
works.
because
Yeah.
when you're actually having sex, you don't like plan out. We're gonna
Yeah.
do this, and then we're gonna.
Okay, party for 10 minutes. So
yeah.
that's what we did and it worked.
Yeah, we were lucky that the sex scenes were filmed after we had already started filming most
Yeah.
of the movie, so we had already had like a strong relationship.
Yeah, we're
with
like
each other.
sleeping together in the same bed, so we're like just super comfortable with each other.
Yeah, so luckily I could ask questions and not feel like awkward about it because, yeah, that would be weird. That'd be awkward.
Well, when I was filming, like sometimes I was kind of tired. Well, oh, I want to go home, blah, blah, blah. But now that we're not filming every day, I really miss it.
Me too.
Like, it's being out of reality. You are living in, I don't know, that moment, just filming, doing things all the time with the crew, ordering food. I don't know. It was so much fun.
Yeah. I'm gonna miss it a lot. I
Yeah.
also feel like now that it's done, I don't know what to do with myself.
All right.
I
It's
just, like,
so
sit at home
difficult.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like I've like texted you a bunch saying like, I miss you. we miss everyone. I would have tried not to hold back as much when doing certain scenes. I feel like that's just something that the more you practice, the more you get better at it. And I feel like I did improve from the beginning. But it's yeah. But I still feel like I could have let go even more. So I think if we were gonna do a sequel and walking into it, I would be more confident and I would try to just like trust myself.
I will trust more Duke about some specific looks. For example, he was like, "Oh, you should use something like this, or you should wear that." And after maybe at the beginning, we're like, "No, but he knows." But after I see, we're like, "Whoa, he's right."
Yeah, like the red jacket. Red pops on camera if you didn't know.
Yeah, like I will trust more his vision and not being so close in I'm right, because maybe I'm not.
Yeah. I feel like I never really like doubted your vision, but
I mean, it's not that I doubt your vision, but for example, I remember one time, like, well, we were talking about outfits, for example, of the club, and you were like, wear this talking. I was like, no. And you were like, yeah, wear those talking. I didn't want to. But after I saw it, I was like, well, he was right. Those
Yeah, looks
work
good.
better than the one that I wanted. So those kind of things.
I feel like I had that kind of experience literally with my audition. I like came in and I read my lines like the way that I had practiced them. And then Duke told me to, like, he kept asking, who is Leah? And I was like, she's this girl. And he's like, nope. Who is Leah? And then finally, the answer was me. I'm Leah. Even during my audition, like, I read my lines the way that I thought was the best way to do it, and then Duke gave me tips, and I was able to, like, listen more to the person that I'm reading with. And I feel like those words really stuck with me throughout the entire film, because that's something that, I mean, this is like my first bigger project, so I haven't really like had a lot of experience before that, so that's something that I didn't realize like how important it is, even though that's so like self-explanatory. That's just like something that you really have to like listen to the person that you're.
And maybe after you sound more natural if you believe that you are really that person, and that's why also after it's difficult to separate.